Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
U.S. Marines and Philippine Air Force team up for disaster response training in Palawan. DND denies allegations of gentleman's agreement with China. DWDD ready to assist displaced traditional jeepney drivers. DENR assures no water supply interruptions in Metro Manila.
Good day everyone, and to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo, Quezon City. Today is Monday, May 6, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and the other information around the Philippines. This is Rofh Suzon from AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for the brief overview of our stories, United States Marine and the Philippine Air Force's Tactical Operations Wing West conducted a humanitarian assistance and disaster response training in Antonio Bautista Air Base, Puerto Princesa City, Palawan. The exercise, including tactical recovery of aircraft and personal disabled aircraft recovery team, were part of the ongoing Balikatan Exercise 39-2024, and this collaboration aims to enhance disaster response capabilities and strengthen the partnership between the two nations.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Defense Secretary Gilbert Teodoro stood firm in denying any purported agreement with China, describing recent claims as a deceitful scheming. He reiterated the condemnation of the actions taken by the Chinese Coast Guard in Scarborough Shoal and urged the need for vigilance against China manipulations and narratives, emphasizing sovereignty under international law. He called on the public, media, and international communities to remain cautious of China's tactics. Moreover, the DMD remains firm in upholding the Philippine rights in the face of ongoing tensions in the West Philippine Sea.
Armed Forces Radio.
For more Balikatan updates, let us hear the details from Private Nesho regarding the field training exercises embarked in northern Luzon.
Aside from the humanitarian civic action assistance activities of Balikatan Exercise 39-2024 in northern Luzon, field training exercises are also being conducted simultaneously in this part of the country.
The U.S. Marines with the 3rd Littoral Combat Team, 3rd Marine Littoral Regiment, 3rd Marine Division, and the Philippine Marines with Marine Battalion Landing Team 10 conducted urban operations and bilateral close quarters battle training at Paredes Air Station in Ilocos Norte on April 24 to 27, 2024. Also, U.S. Marines with the 3rd Explosive Ordnance Company, 9th Engineer Support Battalion, 3rd Marine Logistics Group, 1st Explosive Ordnance Company, 7th Engineer Support Battalion, 1st Marine Logistics Group, and service members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines took part in a controlled demolition range at Colonel Ernesto Rabino Air Base, Capas, Tarlac on April 26, 2024. Further, the Philippine Air Force personnel and their counterparts from the 3rd Marine Logistics Group and the 772nd Explosive Ordnance Disposal Squadron came together to showcase their exceptional skills in simulated improvised explosive device disposal training on April 25 in Camp Aquino, Tarlac. Through this particular training, participants can rehearse real-world situations they might run into while deployed together. The participants learn to counter the threats posed by IEDs by enhancing their abilities to detect, assess, and neutralize. Meanwhile, Philippine Army troops of the 16th Scout Ranger Company of the 1st Scout Ranger Regiment participated in the combat patrol activities, which are part of the Jungle Operations Training Course of the ongoing exercise Balikatan at Fort Ramon, Magsaysay, Palayan City, Nueva Ecija on April 28, 2024. Subject matter experts from the 25th Infantry Division, U.S. Army, and 1st Royal Australian Regiment are facilitating the course, which focuses on jungle tactics and operations.
This is Mel Nesho reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Private Nesho.
DWDD Armed Forces.
For other news, troops from the 4th Infantry Division facilitated the surrender of 9 members of the communist terrorist grouping Bukidnon. Rebel attorneys yielded a total of 6 high-powered firearms and 1 low-powered firearm. The surrender involved troops from the 88th Infantry Battalion, 26th Infantry Battalion, and 1st Special Force Battalion, resulting in significant gains against the insurgency. Major General Jose Maria Cuerpos II, the commander of 4th ID, highlighted the disintegration of the CTG, emphasizing the need for peace and the eventual collapse of the insurgency.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Department of the Interior local government is set to strengthen the capabilities of 122 local government units to lead in monitoring the West Philippine Sea. The ILG Secretary Benjamin Abels Jr. made this announcement during an ambush interview at the Bagong Pilipinas Media Engagement and Workshop at the Philippine Merchant Marine Academy in San Narciso, Zambales. He emphasized that these LGUs are at the forefront of West Philippine Sea monitoring and play a crucial role in providing information about China's illegal activities in the sea. Abels also stressed the need to support the residents of these communities, particularly the fishermen who are primarily affected by China's harassment.
Armed Forces Radio report.
Let us hear more update outside our station. Let us hear from Beth about PMA launches online applications for 2024 entrance exam.
The Philippine Military Academy has opened its online cadets application system for the PMA Entrance Examination 2024. It targets the prospective cadets for PMA Class 2029 at application window start from May 1, 2024 to August 1, 2024. In line with this, the PMA encourages Filipino youth to apply and visit the full details of the process and admission criteria at www.pma.edu.ph. This is Beth Tanyete reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Beth Tanyete.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippines' transparency strategy has proven effective in exposing China's illegal activities in the sea. This was stated by Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson Commodore J. Tristan Tariela during an interview at the Bagong Pilipinas Media Engagement and Workshop at the Philippine Merchant Marine Academy in Narciso, Zambales. He explained that before the Philippines exposed Chinese harassment in the West Philippine Sea, they had been doing it for a long time, not only in the Philippines but also in other countries with interest in the sea, but there had been no noise. For a long time, this harassment has been considered only as gray zone tactics. But after the Philippines regularly reported the Chinese actions in the West Philippine Sea, the world became aware of China's obvious violations of international law, which were condemned by many countries.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Department of Social Welfare and Development is to help the jeepney drivers affected by the implementation of the Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program or PUVMP. According to DSWD Assistant Secretary for Disaster Response Management Group Irene Domlao, they haven't received any information yet, but the agency will respond immediately if someone requests for assistance. Among the interventions to be provided are food or cash assistance under the Assistance to Individuals in Crisis Situation and livelihood programs under the Sustainable Livelihood Program. Dumlao said that jeepney drivers will undergo assessment and will be granted the necessary aid as long as they are within the criteria of the troop programs.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
We have a report coming in from Camarines Sur with more details about government forces engage NPA rebels in Camarines Sur. Go on for the details, Angel.
The 81st Infantry Battalion once again encountered New People's Army rebels in Barangay Tampadong, Pamplona, Camarines Sur. As part of their extensive information awareness campaign in areas with the rebel group's presence, troops recently conducted a dialogue in the area. The engagement led to a brief exchange of gunfire after residents provided crucial information about the rebels' hideouts. Lieutenant Colonel Julio Binuhi, commanding officer of the 81st Infantry Battalion, expressed gratitude for the residents' assistance in pinpointing the NPA's locations. This is Angel Cruz Camomot reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Angel.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Environment and Natural Resources guaranteed that there will be no water supply interruptions in Metro Manila despite the expected drop of Angat Dam's water level to its minimum operating level of 180 meters by mid-May. According to Undersecretary Carlos Primo David, the dam, which serves most of the Metro Manila's water demand, could fall to its minimum operating level in about 17 days. Due to this, David announced that there will be changes to the water allocation by May 16, with a 1 cubic meter per second decrease in the allocation for the National Irrigation Administration. However, the DNR official assured the agency will take necessary steps so that the lower allocation for NIA will not affect concessionaires in Metro Manila and farmers in Bulacan.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. underscored the diversity of the Philippines' culinary scene can be a potential driver of tourism. In his latest vlog, the president said that the rich flavors of Filipino culture distinguish the country from anywhere in the world. Relatedly, he shared his favorite Ilocano dishes such as dinardaraan, bagnet, empanada, and kiluin. The chief executive also encouraged Filipinos to promote the country's rich culture and culinary heritage and support the relevant contribution of local micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises in order to drive the economy.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
From Solcom, let us hear some updates from Jess about collaborative efforts leads to engagement of NPA terrorists.
Once again, troops of the 81st Infantry Battalion clashed with the NPA terrorists in Barangay Tampadong, Pamplona, Camarines Sur on May 3rd of this year. As part of the extensive information awareness campaign of the 81st Infantry Battalion in the areas with leftist group presence, soldiers of the Spartan Battalion recently conducted a meeting in the area to provide accurate information to the residents, enlighten them about the wrong ideology of the terrorist group, and seek their cooperation in ending insurgency. This paved the way for the residents to provide information on the whereabouts of the NPA terrorists in their area, leading to an encounter and a 10-minute exchange of gunfire. Lieutenant Colonel Julio D. Binuhi, commanding officer of 81st IB, expressed gratitude for the information provided by the residents to pinpoint the hideouts of the NPA terrorists. This joint efforts highlights the significance of community involvement in achieving peace and security in the region, that unity and collaboration are the key to resolving insurgency issues in Bicol. This is Jess from Solcom reporting for AFP News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jess from Solcom.
DWDD National News.
Our time is already 12:13 and you are still tuning at AFP Radio DWDD Facebook page. And for our announcement, join us in celebrating the 126th Philippine Independence Day with music, song and dance. Featuring bands and performers from various uniformed services, witness the showcase of talent in music, singing and dancing from the modern day heroes. Let us come together to honor the Filipinos who fought for the nation's independence at Music Kalayaan 2024 on June 7, live at the Rizal Park Open Auditorium. See you there.
DWDD National National
For our
News.
other development story, the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration reported at least 30 areas across the country will possibly experience danger level heat indices, while the fair weather with isolated rain showers will prevail this month. According to Pag-asa's forecast, the highest heat index could peak at 47 degrees Celsius in Dagupan City, Pangasinan, and Apari, Cagayan. Heat indices in order places are projected to hit 42 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. It can be recalled that the State Weather Bureau said places that are flat, near coastal areas and surrounded by mountains or valleys will consistently have high heat indices likely until the second half of May.
DWDD National News.
The Isabela Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council submitted a recommendation to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan to declare state of calamity in the province due to the effects of El Nino. According to PDRRMC Officer Constante Foronda, damage to agriculture brought by the drought in the province already hit 1.5 billion pesos. From the total amount, 635 million pesos worth of damage were from rice production, 629 million pesos from corn, 215 million pesos from high-value crops, and 7 million pesos from fisheries. PDRRMC proposed the declaration of state of calamity to allow the provincial government to utilize its calamity funds in aiding affected farmers.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
We are joined now by our field reporter who has been following the situation closely. About 40 CMO Battalion joins Duao sa Kabarangayan Caravan in Consolacion, Cebu. Go on for the details, Jimboy.
The 14th Civil Military Operation Katipanan Battalion showcased community solidarity and service by participating in the Duao sa Kabarangayan Caravan held at Barangay Pulbugan, Consolation, Cebu. Attendees enjoy complimentary haircut, film screening, and performance courtesy of the troops, ensuring safety and entertainment for all. The event which saw collaboration from volunteers, government personnel, and various organizations highlight the concerted effort to uplift community welfare. Moreover, through SAC initiative, the 14th CMO Battalion reaffirmed its committed to assisting stakeholders in providing essential social service to the people of Cebu, USEN. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jimboy.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development has already delivered more than 101 million pesos worth of assistance to families affected by the severe drought caused by the El Nino phenomenon. According to DSWD spokesperson Irene Dumlao, majority of the aid is consisted of family food packs in order to fulfill their immediate needs. In addition, Dumlao said the agency also prepositioned 178,400 FFPs worth more than 121.6 million pesos across the country, ready for distribution as of May 3. The official also added that the DSWD's National Resource and Logistics Management Bureau is also ensuring the replenishment and availability of food and non-food items for resource augmentation to field offices as the need arises.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Agriculture stressed that the price freeze of rice and other basic commodities should only be implemented in areas severely affected by the El Nino phenomenon. The Assistant Secretary Arnel de Mesa explained that if the government will include the entire country, problem in other areas might arise. According to the Mesa, price freeze is already effective in areas under a state of calamity. Task Force El Nino recently reported that 131 local government units across the country have declared state of calamity due to the effects of El Nino.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Bring us the latest insights from the sea. We have our correspondent JR. Let us hear the details about 35th IB holds peace dialogue with peace partners in Sulu.
The 35th Infantry Battalion initiated a visitation and peace dialogue with peace partners in Paticol, Sulu. Led by First Lieutenant Brian B. Gonzaga, Infantry Philippine Army, the Charlie Copperhead Company engaged in fruitful discussion with former adversaries who have returned to the folds of law. This dialogue emphasized unity and cooperation to prevent the resurgence of violent ideologies, reinforcing the commitment to sustain lasting peace in Sulu Province. This is JR reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, JR.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. recognized the journalists for their courage in delivering unbiased reporting in line with their celebration of World Press Freedom Day recently. In his post on X, the president called them as stalwarts of truth and transparency, noting that their work is vital amid the prevalence of fake news, misinformation, and disinformation. Meanwhile, the Presidential Communications Office, in a separate statement, reaffirmed its strong commitment to uphold the freedom and independence of the press, ensuring the protection and respect for their rights and securing their welfare. Moreover, the PCO said that the Marcos administration remains steadfast in its endeavor to foster an environment where journalists can practice their profession free from fear of threats, reprisals, and violence.
DWDD National News.
The Commission on Higher Education underlined the benefits of giving free licensure review for agriculture students in improving the landscape of Philippine agriculture. According to CHED Chairperson Prospero de Vera III, the said move is very crucial under the Marcos administration since food security is among its centerpiece initiatives. De Vera made the statement after the signing of the Memorandum of Agreement with the University of the Philippines Los Baños and 15 selected state universities and colleges for the implementation of free online licensure examination review for agriculturists. That said, the official highlighted that the review and strategy program to empower students for licensure examinations for agriculturists intends not only to urge more enrollees to join the agricultural sector, but also to assist them to pass the licensure examination.
Armed Forces Radio report.
From Pasig, let us hear from Ella regarding the Oplan Ligtas na Pamayanan was carried out in Pasig City.
Good afternoon, everyone. The Bureau of Fire Protection, Pasig City recently conducted Oplan Ligtas na Pamayanan at Barangay Santa Lucia, Pasig City. City Fire Marshal, Fire Superintendent Christopher Angot said, through their bumbero sa barangay, the initiatives aim to enhance community safety by distributing informative flyers and materials such as emergency contacts to ensure residents from their jurisdiction are suitably equipped to respond effectively to any potential emergencies that may encounter due to El Nino phenomenon. In their message post, aside from disseminating information, the station also conducted a house-to-house fire safety survey to assess potential fire hazards during the intense heat of the weather. The city station believes education on proper fire safety protocol plays a vital role to secure one's life against a harmful situation during the summer season. This is Ella Mercado reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ella from Pasig City.
Armed Forces Radio report.
On the other line, let us hear from Mike about 36 loose firearms surrendered in Maguindanao del Sur.
Yes, Rofh, good afternoon. The 33rd Infantry Battalion facilitated the surrender of 36 loose firearms in Maguindanao del Sur. The yielded weapons, including rifles, grenade launchers, shotguns, and pistols, were presented to the authorities for proper disposal. This achievement attribute to the collaboration between the military and the municipal local government units and mark a significant step in clearing communities of tools of violence. Also, the effort emphasized the commitment of Joint Task Force Central to support the Balik Barel program and sustain peace through decisive military and civil military operations in Mindanao. This is Mike reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mike.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Health launched its Chikiting Ligtas Immunization Campaign 2024 to mark the beginning of a comprehensive immunization effort for children against vaccine-preventable diseases. The kick-off ceremony was held in Jose Diaz Stadium, San Mateo, Rizal, wherein Rizal Provincial Department of Health held Guadalupe, Voltaire Guadalupe led the mass vaccination of children to formally commence the vaccination campaign scheduled from May until the end of June 2024. During the event, Dr. Guadalupe introduced the bivalent oral polio vaccine and supplemental immunization activity. A total of 100 children and infants aged 0 to 59 months received the shot against the polio.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
That's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po